I'm Kamo Narona. I am the Executive Director of Bethany Society. It was started in 1981. It has a very strong connection with the people of Spain. It was started by a group of sisters called the Missionaries of Christ Jesus, which was established as a group in Javier in Spain. Their main role is to work in very remote villages all over the world for the development of people, and both for their spiritual and for their human development. The founder is Sister Rosario Lopez from Granada, Spain. It is an independent society. The people of Spain have helped us to grow, both as an organization, helped us to train, and they continue to local people individually send donations so that the children can go. The society is Bethany Society, and that was started in 1981. Okay, and it was started in another part, and then we have many projects. Okay, and one of the projects is the project in Shillong, where we have the school, inclusive school, and also the hostels and the livelihood training center. The school was started in 1992, and it was started as a school for blind children, and it was the first school for blind children in all this area. The children going to the school are both, some of them are staying here and some of them come from the city and the towns around. So in the school itself, we have got about 230 students, right from kindergarten to class 12. In the vocational training, we have another 80 students. So that makes it almost more than 300 students who come here. And then living in the hostels, in the boys hostel, girls hostel, altogether we have about 110 students. From the age of 4, okay, for early intervention and early education, and they can continue over here till they finish college. So which means that they can be 24, 25 when they finish. We also have some adult people with disability in the livelihood training, who can be, some of them are nearly 30. For us, it was very, very important that the students that come to study over here, and since we made it an inclusive school, that they must follow a standard curriculum. And so we have registered and are recognized by the local government, because once they finish that, then it is easy for them to get into college and other courses. So we follow the curriculum that is prescribed by the government of the local state government. So that is what we follow, but our methodology is totally different. So that is where we bring in the innovation and the creativity and the different ways of teaching. Okay, so our philosophy is that all children can learn, and all children can become very, very good learners, dignified. And one of the main ways of giving people dignity is to make sure that they either get educated, that they are independent, they can do something. So because of that, when we went to the villages, some people that we identified, like who were blind or deaf and so on, were already 15, 16, 17 years of age, and they had never been to school. So it would have been very difficult for them to come to a school. So that is why we started this livelihood training. And the way we selected the trades was that when they go back to the village, will they be able to do something so that they can earn money? So that is why we have taken trades that they can do in the village, like farming, like looking after chickens or looking after pigs, or doing handicrafts, okay, or doing a little bit of tailoring or knitting. And also those that are from the city can look at trades which will be helpful to them. So we keep changing, and we also try to see whether when they make something, will they be able to sell it.
I'm Hossein Sarempour. Yeah, I come from Iran, and I teach them history, literature also, and some initial science like physics about Newton's third law. Yeah, they have some facility for them, like Braille script, like signing language. They have some professional teacher that they can teach them in sign language, and also the student help each other. The student help each other. For example, a healthy student help his blind classmate. If we have an ability or knowledge, it's our responsibility to share with these children. Yeah. Good morning, my friend. Good morning. The thing which is important for me to motivate them to make their dream. The dream shall never die.
Okay. The main program that we have is the regular education academics program that we follow. We follow the state board. We follow the state board curriculum. But apart from that, to support our children better, we have different programs like early intervention, support for out-of-school children, where we have this unit that takes care of these children who's never been to school or who have dropped out from school for 2-3 years, and they come and they join us. So for them, to bridge that gap, because they've lost so many years, to bridge that gap, we keep them in a classroom, and we follow a syllabus that is simplified. And once we feel that they are capable enough to be kept with the other classes in the mainstream class, we do that. Apart from that program, we have also the deafblind unit. In the deafblind unit, we have children who are deafblind. That means who have multisensory issues. We have children who are deaf with associated disabilities. So in this program, the activity is specialized. It's not so much academics, it's not so much the classroom activity, the regular classroom activity. It's specialized, it's one-to-one intervention. And other main program we have is the early intervention that we just started this year. So in the early intervention, we have children from 0 to 10 years. And sometimes, when people come from the village who are 12 or 13, we don't say no, because they've never had intervention, they've never gone anywhere. So this is the only place that they've come. So we don't even say no to them. The second thing is about the policy of the school. We have child protection policy. The gender policy is of course from Bethany Society, and we're very strict with making sure that the children are safe. And we have a zero rejection policy. That means as long as there is seat in the school, we never say no to children. Okay. And the third thing about our school, the most unique thing about our school is that it is, like I said, it's inclusive. That means in the classroom, children with disability, blind, deaf, children with autism, children with wheelchair users, children with locomotor impairment, physical impairment, they all study, and children without disability, they all study together. So one thing about our school is that we celebrate diversity. We accept diversity, and we accept differences as a way of life. So that is the main thing about our school.
Hello, I'm Bertha Dakar. I'm a person with a disability. I lost my eyesight, and it was Sister Rosario Lopez who was then operating very actively in the Garo Hills, and with the support of a local eye specialist. They accepted me as an assistant teacher. Sister Rosario, of course, insisted that I should get the proper training. So she sent me for a teacher training in special education. I was also given training in the core skills, like Braille and mobility and other areas of visual impairment. So by then I had become very confident, and I've kind of accepted the disability that came onto me. And that was very important because with the acceptance of the inability, I was given other skills to compensate it, plus the degree in teacher training, and that's how I really lived, not just existed, and wanted to give my best to children with visual impairment.
My name is Angelina. I'm working also helping in the gas in the office. And it is really affecting me. It's helping me a lot by giving me chance to do a practice and then like that experience. हम बुलबुल